"Wait a minute, darling," Leroy said, as I pulled into a parking space at Walmart. I let Ray Price finish crooning before I cut the engine. Fine by me. There was an earnest, turned-out sound to the old songs, and I loved the way the steel guitar sent a shiver down my spine. Or maybe I loved the music because it was loaded with associations. Moments like now, sitting here quietly with him. Leroy had his eyes closed and his Stetson pulled low over his brow. "Feeling all right?" I asked. "Fine. Only daydreaming," he said, but grimacing as he opened the passenger door. I drove a used Pontiac Grand Prix I called the Silver Bullet, both for its color and my superstitions. It had a lot of get up and go, but got terrible gas mileage and rode too low to the ground. I came around to hand Leroy his cane and help him out of the seat. I read somewhere that people who survive heart attacks often suffer from depression. I don't know if Leroy was depressed. He'd always been a melancholy person. He still acted himself, only more so. If he was down, he closed himself in his bedroom, drew the curtains, and listened to his records. If he was up, he called me and asked me to take him driving, wheedling me until we went across the river to see the ponies or to the VFW bar so he could have a cold beer in the company of the two-steppers and barflies. He seemed to me just tender-hearted lately, though I hadn't seen him since the flood. His house in town only took minor damage, but we hadn't been to see his land across the river, the place, as my family called it. The creek would be running, the stone cistern full, and the mesquite would have leafed out, vibrant as the bluebonnets and Indian paintbrush dotting the hillside. I knew he ached to go. I also knew his leg wasn't strong enough to walk it yet.